Hey guys, good day to you. Welcome to Bingi Heron Management YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share with you some thoughts on climate change in African cities. So, are you ready? Let's go. Basically, all of us are inhabitants of the Earth planet because of four essential elements, which are water, air, earth, and heat provided by the sun. Thanks to these elements, life is possible on Earth planet. Furthermore, Earth planet is divided in continents, 5 to be precise. And in every single continent, we have countries divided then in the cities, each one with its history, issues, culture, demography, policy, and so on. But nowadays, the common issue to all countries and also the most famous is climate change. The issue that was raised mainly by Industrial Revolution from the 90s, the effect of greenhouse gas inputs into the atmosphere leading to climate changes with a general increase in average temperature at a global level. Of course, carbon dioxide being the main cause of the anthropogenic climate change. And how is it displayed? It is displayed through many industries or sectors. On a global scale, in a hierarchical way, the energy industry, transportation industry, the agriculture industry, the textile industry, and of course, the plastics industry. In this video, we're gonna look deeper to the transportation industry, right? Look at the urban traffic in our cities every day. Is it possible to do without it? No, I don't think so. And then road transport is the most used and therefore accounts in a global scale for 75% of the sector greenhouse gas emissions. Now, let's look at road transport in this African city. Lagos is a mega city of 23 million people, the largest agglomeration on the African continent ahead of Cairo. It also has one of the largest ports in Africa and is the main industrial and commercial center of Nigeria. Then we can see that there is a huge demand for transport. On one hand for goods that are imported or exported, on the other end for the urban mobility. But the other fact is that for a city of more than 20 million inhabitants, it had almost no public transport service, which was fortunately replaced by the informal sector with motorcycle cabs, minibuses. Nevertheless, the consequences to the lack of public transport service were and still enormous. The first one is the environmental aspect, pollution, knowing that most of the vehicles are more than 15 years. Social aspect, illness, premature death, delinquency, and accidents. And the third aspect, economic aspect, we have congestion, traffic jam. Mesdames et messieurs, since I'm alive, have never heard of such a traffic jam. Never.
Aujourd'hui, ça fait 1 mois, 2 semaines et 3 jours que je suis coincé dans ces bouchons. Je n'ai toujours pas déposé mes marchandises. Je ne dors pas parce que si on dort, des bandes de voleurs piquent les batteries, les pneus de secours, l'essence. Ils peuvent tout prendre dans le moteur, ces voyous.
1 month on the road, really? You know, I should land in Lagos and see this by myself. 2023. So that's it. You know, when we talk about climate change, it is not a fairy tale. It is not an isolated problem. It is related to our lifestyle. And regarding the situation in Lagos, and in order to improve things, Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA, and the partners have chosen the bus rapid transit system. Why? Because of air pollution reduction. The BRT reduces carbon dioxide emissions by 13% and GHG emissions by 20%. Relatively low cost, and that's very important because we are talking about a developing country where the poor have population paid 1/5 of the disposable income on transport. That's a little bit too much according to the urban manager point of view. And many other social benefits. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and share with all your family members, right? And this is what we can call adaptation to climate change. Still, this is just a singular action talking about climate change. For all over the world, every part of the globe, living beings and human beings are suffering drought, climate migration, floods, heat waves, wildfires, and so on. That's the reason why during COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, the Prime Minister of Barbados stood out of it and released a full truth.
We have the collective capacity to transform. We're in the country that built pyramids. We know what it is to remove slavery from our civilization. We know what it is to be able to find a vaccine within 2 years when a pandemic hits us. We know what it is to put a man on the moon, and now we put in rover on Mars. But the simple political will that is necessary, not just to come here and make promises, but to deliver on them and to make a definable difference in the lives of the people who we have a responsibility to serve, seems still not to be capable of being produced. I ask us how many more and how much more must happen.
How much more must happen to this planet for leaders, young people to understand that this is time for revolution? Actually, we're not doing it for Western world. You might say Africa is only responsible for 4% of the GHG emissions. All right, that's a fact. But your house is burning. Are you going to wait for the person who caused it to come and put it out? If you do, that's all right. But you'll be collecting ashes. So it is time for sustainability to be predominant criterion of choice in our actions, projects, architectural design, and transportation choices, and so on. Recently there were some young men arguing about electric motorcycles, and one of them said, I don't take the electric motorcycle because it doesn't make any noise while moving. The reason, because there's no engine. Because of lack of noise, that person don't want to take electric motorcycle. Huh? Really? Are you kidding me? So when you are informed that the coastline of Lomé is threatened by coastal erosion due to global warming, tell me, does it tell you something? That's the kind of noise you prefer, right? When you get to the news about torrential rain in Abidjan killing people, destroying our infrastructures, is that a kind of noise you want? Finally, we have to make a choice. What's your reaction to all the destruction around the world, and maybe in your own country, your own city? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to see things on the right direction now, because as I say, this is time for revolution, and that revolution starts with our mindset. To cut the story short, each one of us has a part to play in climate change adaptation. Many things are done. A lot of initiatives are undertaken in African cities. No way to quote them all, but gradually we will bring it out to you in order to feel more concerned about the challenges of Africa or in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I had for you, what I had in store for you as a last video for 2022. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you for your support thus far and wish you a happy and blessed new year. I also want to thank some of my colleagues, some of my Nigerian colleagues who sponsored this video, and that's the very reason why I'm speaking in English. I'm sorry if it's a pitfall, an obstacle for some of you, but we will take care of the subtitles for you not to be lost, right? See you in 2023 for the next video. Meanwhile, stay blessed and healthy.